Hello viewers. In this video, I will try to discuss about a film, and the film is Ganashatru in Bengali. Ganashatru, it means enemy of the people, and this movie is adapted from a play written by Henry Ibsen. I think you all are aware of Henry Ibsen, and Henry Ibsen's play was an enemy of the people that was first premiered in 1882. From there, this movie was adapted. Okay, and Ganashatru, it is a 1990 Indian film, and it was directed by Stayajit Ray. I think most of you are aware of him, and if you don't know, then please go through his biography and about some of his well-known movies. And the cast of this film, it includes Satyajit Ray's favorite actor Sumitra Chatterjee, and veteran actors such as Dhritiman Chatterjee and Subhendu Chatterjee, Manoj Mitra, and Ruma Guha Thakurta. If I have pronounced wrong, I'm extremely sorry for that. And Satyajit Ray has also adapted the play to an Indian setting. He has not utterly copied from the an enemy of the people. Okay, rather he has Indianized that play's plot by Henry Ibsen. Okay, and an Enemy of the People, it is an 1882 play by Norwegian playwright Henrik Ibsen, and it followed his previous play like Ghost, which also criticized the hypocrisy of his society's moral code. Then Ibsen, Ellen Morrison, they argued that he wrote an Enemy of the People's response to the public outcry against Ghost, which openly discussed adultery and syphilis. Syphilis, it is a sexual disease like gonorrhea, HIV, AIDS, like that. And the response included accusations of both Ghost and its author being scandalous, degenerate, and immoral. And besides, in Enemy of the People, a man dares to expose an unpalatable truth publicly and is punished for it. So first thing I always say, and I will reiterate here, and that is you have to know the film adaptation theory and how to read a film. And then you have to watch the movie, then you have to read that work from which this movie is adapted. And from there, by going through all that process, you have to now analyze all the things related to movie. Its technical part, its acting part, its adapted part. In that way only, a clear overview will come out. And that is needed for your this paper, literature and cinema. So now who is Henry Ibsen? Henry Ibsen, he was born on 20 March 1828 and died on 23 May 1906. He was a Norwegian playwright and theater director, and as one of the founders of modernism in theater, Ibsen is also often referred to as the father of realism and one of the most influential playwright of his time. His major works include Bran, Peer Giant, An Enemy of the People, Emperor and Galilean, A Doll's House, Hedda Gabler, Ghost, The Wild Duck, When We Dead Awaken, Rose Marsolam, and The Master Builder. Besides, Ibsen is the most frequently performed dramatist in the world after William Shakespeare, and A Doll's House was the world's most performed play in the year 2006. That was about the writer of the original play, from where the movie is adapted. Now let's try to know about Stayajit Ray, who is the director of this film, and he is one of the greatest filmmakers of Indian and world history. Stayajit Ray, he was born on 2 May 1921 and died on 23 April 1992. He was an Indian filmmaker, screenwriter, documentary filmmaker, author, essayist, lyricist, magazine editor, illustrator, calligrapher, and music composer. So he was a man of many talents, and he is widely considered as one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. And Stayajit Ray is also celebrated for his filmmaking works such as the Apu trilogy from 1955 to 1959, The Music Room from 1958, The Big City in 1963, and Charulata in 1964. That was first released. Ray was he was born in Calcutta to renowned writer Sukumar Ray, who was prominent in the field of arts and literature. Starting his career as a commercial artist, he was also drawn into independent filmmaking after meeting French filmmaker Jean Reno. If I'm not wrong, if I have anything pronounced wrong, then I'm very sorry. And it also has viewed Vittorio Di Sica's Italian neo-realist film Bicycle Thief that was published in 1948 during a visit to London. Stayajit Ray, he has directed 36 films, including feature films, documentaries, and shorts, and authored several short stories and novels. He has primarily done his works for young children and teenagers, and Feluda, The Salute, and Professor Songku, the scientist in his science fiction stories, Tarini Kuro, the storyteller, and Lalmohan Ganguly, the novelist and popular fictional characters created by him. In 1978, he was awarded an honorary degree by Oxford University. And Ray's first film, Pather Panchali, that was released in 1955, it had also won 11 international prizes, including the inaugural Best Human Document Award at the 1956 Cannes Film Festival. This film, along with Aparajito 1956, it was published in that year, and Apu Samsar, the World of Apu 1959 from the Apu trilogy. So that were his one of the greatest works. Ray did the scripting, casting, scoring, and editing, and designed his own credit titles of the publicity material. Apart from that, Stayajit Ray has also received many major awards in his career, including 36 Indian National Film Awards, a Golden Lion, a Golden Bear, 2 Silver Bears, many additional awards at international film festivals and ceremonies, and an Academy Honorary Award in 1992. The government of India has also honored him with the Bharat Ratna, its highest civilian award, in 1992. Then Stayajit Ray is also known for his written works in literary field, such as the Feluda Samagra, where he created one of the most famous detective characters for children, Feluda, aka also known as Pardos Chandra Mitra. He's also known for his horror stories. Actually, he has also won a Lifetime Achievement Award, Academy Award, or an Oscar Award for his lifetime contribution in the filmmaking in process. In the movie, if you watch the movie, then you will get to know. And in every my video, I say that you have to watch the movie and you have to read the book. So then you have to compare how it was adapted according to the adaptation theory, film adaptation theory, and you have to also see the technical side and how acting was done by the writers and how film was directed, where the how what kind of music, visual effect, that all thing you have to analyze and you have to criticize. In the film, if you talk about plot, then Ashok Gupta, it was played by Soumitra Chatterjee. He was an honest doctor, diagnoses the alarming spread of jaundice among his patients. To identify the cause, he has also analyzed the water of a populated part of his town, Chandipur. So according to the report, the holy water called Charan Mitra of the Tripureshwar temple, it was a famous temple and tourist attraction of the town, and it is found to be contaminated due to damage to the underground piping system. Then the temple was the source of income for all the corrupt politicians. Among these politicians was Dr. Gupta's younger brother, Nishit Gupta. He was portrayed by Dhritiman Chatterjee, who was also the chairman of the municipality, and he and other beneficiaries of the temple also decided to prevent the doctor from alerting the people. Then, as a responsible member of the society, the doctor also tried to broadcast the fact of contamination to the people, and it was proposing temporary closure of the temple for water purification. However, the chairman was absolutely against the idea, as it tampered with their profits, and they were not ready to accept scientific evidence, and instead, they told Charanamitra could never be contaminated because it was holy. Then he also tried to publish an essay in a local daily newspaper called Janavarta on the topic, but the corrupt official suppressed his voice as the facts would inevitably decrease the temple's income. Then the newspaper rejects his essay, also fearing political pressure and public risk. Then, as the story progressed, Dr. Gupta even tried to convey his message in a public meeting, but unfortunately it is infiltrated and messed up by his brother and his associates. The chairman was able to manipulate the community against the doctor's attempts to save it. Then he faced a widespread angry response, and he went from being a leader of society to an enemy of the people. Dr. Gupta then lost his job in the local hospital, and his daughter was terminated from her post of a teacher. Then the landlord asked them to move out. So however, in that way, at the end of the movie, Dr. Gupta, he got justice. The young educated population of that town side with him, while his son-in-law's theater campaigned for him. The assistant editor of Janabatra quit his job to side with him and send his writing and interview to top newspaper in Calcutta. In that way, the film and in Gupta family deciding to stay in Chandipur amidst the shout of long-lived Dr. Ashok Gupta around him. If you talk about the actor and actresses, then Soumitra Chatterjee, he acted as Ashoka Gupta, Ruma Guha Thakuria as Mamata Shankar, Dhritiman Chatterjee as Nishin Gupta, Bisman Guha Thukurta. I'm sorry for that if I'm pronounced wrong. Dipankar De, Subandhu Chatterjee as Manoj Mitra. So that's it. Thank you so much.